Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video has been a long time coming, and I know this because I remember exactly when I colored this because it was a Secret Santa gift. I did quite a few Secret Santas last year, and this was one of them, and this one was for work, and I asked her, well, I got someone else to ask her because I had to be all sneaky about it. And they gathered the intel and they told me who her favorite Disney princess was, and it was Belle. And which I should have guessed by all the stories of her and her grandbaby. I should have guessed that it was Belle. So I decided to make a picture for her, which to this day she's still like, I knew you. You're gonna get famous, and I knew you when you worked here with us, and she's so cute. I'm really glad she loves it so much. And because I made this so long ago, I don't remember a lot of the colors. Like, I remember the process, but I don't remember the colors so much. I know I was still in my cool gray phase, I guess is the right word, before I started using my warm grays. So I used the cool grays for the little stone pot and the walkway that she's on, and then around the little mini wall that the plant's sitting on. And then I tried something different with this one, to where I colored the leafy part of the floral arrangement there with some cool grays to add kind of that, I don't know, tone to the under part of it. I'm really bad at talking, and it's so late at night right now. Sorry. Anyways, and then I actually went back and put a blue undertone to it to kind of match the night sky and just give it a little something else instead of, just shading green with green with green, to add some blue. I think it was like B39, which I did the sky with as well, and just to add that blue undertone just to give it a little something extra, and it worked perfectly. Like, to this day I love how that kind of plant, whatever it's called, topiary something or other, turned out. And for the sky, this was back in the day when I didn't have my airbrush system just yet, because this was before Christmas, and then I got it for Christmas, so just a few days shy of me having my airbrush system that I could have done this in no time with. But I mean, I still love how it turned out. It did turn out a little streaky, which I tried to cover up later, I believe with some clouds, and I just used those cool grays again. I didn't go into like a darker blue, which if I had redraw it, I would do a darker blue instead of a gray, just so it would, I don't know, have a more unifying effect to it. And I drew some grass, didn't outline it, just colored it in, but it was still missing something. Like, it was really empty. So I grabbed a darker Copic, which I honestly can't tell what color it is. Oh wait, I think it's like C9 or C7 or something. And I drew some trees, which I can tell now while watching the video and narrating it, it's so crooked, it's not funny. Like, I laugh, but I'm crying a little bit. So when I was coloring this, I remember holding it up, and I'm like, oh no, those suckers are crooked. So I fixed it before I gave it to her. And I used a color outlining pen instead of, I think back then, a couple months ago, I was using more of the black outline, and I didn't really have the light brown and the brown outlining pens just yet. So for this one, I didn't really want the outline to show, but I needed to have my markers for it, or my outline for it. So I used a yellow outlining pen for her dress, and then like a brown for her hair, and a gray for the stones and then everything else was kind of just freehand. I do regret not shading her skin more, and this was, I hadn't started shading with purple yet when I was coloring this, so that would have really added to the shading and give it more depth. But, you know, like I said, if I were to redraw this, that would definitely be something I fixed. Would you guys be interested in that? Would you want to see a draw it again with Belle? I asked that, but I'm kind of hoping you say no, just because I would have to do all of that glitter again, and oh my gosh. It turns out great. I watch so many other artists do those glitters and sparkles and stuff, and they absolutely adore it. But I get so bored, and I just feel so bad for the paper, like I'm stabbing it a million times. Like I said, it looks great, but whew, that's a lot of stabbing. But really, would you guys be interested in seeing a redraw? Comment below and let me know. Might have to venture into that world again. What else about this? I guess watching this video again, that my yellow outline didn't really work too well because I just went back with a darker color. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say. It's pretty basic coloring, just using some yellows. I didn't have too many yellows during this time. I've gathered more since then, but I really like how it turned out. And I do remember that instead of shading yellow with yellow with yellow, I used a brown for that darker tone. And I actually used 2 browns on the kind of darker swoops at the bottom of the dress and her gloves. And for the rest of the dress, I used E33, I believe, if I remember correctly. And it really gave it that extra thing, just like that floral topiary thing. It really gave that extra oomph to it. So I think I'm just going to play music for the rest of the video because I'm about to start stabbing this paper. And it's just really repetitive. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.